that we are being forced, as if like we don't have any option to really revisit or rediscover our interior spiritual life, because we really just have no choice. We're at home, and perhaps we are already bored and restless of what we're going to do. Yeah, since the early church, we always have this tradition called the contemplative spirituality. They all really started, in the first 500 years of Christianity, where the early desert fathers and mothers explored how could they respond to the challenges of their time. And yeah, and they took on a very radical appropriation of what Saint Paul exhorted, to pray without ceasing. So they asked themselves, what does that mean? What do you mean pray without ceasing? You can't just say a lot of words all the time, right? You'll get tired. So obviously Saint Paul is not saying that like you just have to verbally pray all the time. That is not what it means. For these early desert fathers and mothers, what they've realized is a state of being connected to God, a state where they're constantly in God's presence. And so the contemplative tradition was born. The question now is, how can we creatively find ways where we could pray? And this is really a very beautiful opportunity to explore other forms of prayer creatively. I personally, during my creative time of prayer, I do painting. I sketch. I keep a sketchbook where I could draw and paint and doodle. Anything that's going on in me spiritually. But it doesn't have to be artistic, though. Because of the sacramental reality of our faith, because we believe that God is really incarnated in the human experience, we really believe that everyday things that we do can actually be an opportunity and a doorway to a deeper encounter and experience of God's love. A Jesuit named Jean Pierre de Caussade said that this experience is what he calls the sacrament of the present moment, where you pause for a while and you give God the chance to reveal himself in whatever you do. So for example, if you're doing gardening or if you're doing cleaning at home, you pause and ponder, where is God in what I'm currently doing right now? Find yourself in the middle of being aware of God's presence. That in a way you're saying that whatever you do right now, you're doing it with God. And that is, I believe, the sacrament of the present moment. The prominent theologian Karl Rahner said that Christians, for them to exist in the future, they must become mystics. What does that mean? Is that a person who seek supernatural signs and wonders? No, not that. An ordinary everyday mystic is simply a person who experiences a deep and profound love of God. And that could mean anything for us. That could mean anything for those who are seeking God. You don't have to seek for the supernatural, because even in the most simple and ordinary experience of life, you realize that you will encounter God there in his humility and simplicity.